This video is exactly why I keep telling people that Microsoft has to have a different kind of thinking when it comes to Xbox, where they put their games, and just the kind of perceptions that they're giving their fans. Because I feel like when you are putting your games everywhere the way that Microsoft is, and we don't know what the future holds. I mean, they'll probably most likely still continue to do that. But the part that, for me personally, is that really kind of makes me shake my head is the fact that they have this perception almost that Xbox games everywhere will lead to maybe PlayStation games on Xbox or Nintendo games on Xbox. I've been very adamant that it's not going to happen. It's really only a one-way street, and I can't see that ever changing. Like, why on earth would Sony put any of their games on Xbox? And this has something to do with a little bit of a viral tweet that I saw the other day, and you had a lot of fans talking about this, and it's interesting because I know that Xbox fans probably wish that it was a two-way street, but it just is never going to be that. So anyway, there was a viral Helldivers 2 tweet on social media that has Xbox players asking for the game coming to Xbox consoles, but it's a PlayStation exclusive. It's the co-op shooter from Arrowhead Games. It's proven to be one of the surprise hits of the year. I like it. I mean, it's far from perfect. In a lot of ways, it reminds me of a PlayStation 3 game, being that PlayStation 3 games tended to have a lot of issues with the lobbies and things like that. I can remember going from Xbox 360 with some friends, and you're used to playing, say, Call of Duty 4 on that, and then you hop on the PlayStation 3 version and you go to join a lobby in a group, and then half your team isn't there. It's sort of the issues with that, or people get booted and the game ends. Same kind of situation here. Despite being fairly under the radar leading up to its release, the title, which is only available on PS5 and PC, has sold over 8 million units and continues to sit atop player count. So Xbox fans are obviously in a little bit of a tizzy, as a viral social media post sparked speculation that the PlayStation exclusive would come to Xbox consoles soon. The post in question, originating from Helldivers Alert on Twitter, sees a group of the game's armored heroes planting a flag adorned in Xbox branding, and it comes with the captions, "We need reinforcements, we need the Xbox citizens," but it does not feature any information beyond that. So despite the lack of confirmation that the multiplayer game would be coming to Xbox, it spent a lot of fans into kind of a weird setting, thinking that the game was coming to the console. But again, it's it's not going to happen. That's not an official Helldivers account. They just run kind of like memes and things like that. Obviously, this was seen by millions of people. This thing was seen by lots of people, but at the same time, don't expect this game to go anywhere. It's just not going to happen. Like, I do not understand what people don't see about this. It just wouldn't make sense for Sony to kind of do that, because they have a console to sell, and when you have a console to sell, you need exclusives. Like, this game got viral marketing because it was, very good word of mouth. So there's no word on it coming. Microsoft is not going to make any kind of deals for this game. The IP is owned by Sony. So I would say 99.999% it seems unlikely. Obviously, for decades, PlayStation has prided itself on a lineup of prestige exclusive titles over the years. Stuff like Uncharted, Crash Bandicoot was exclusive for a while. Obviously, that's not anymore. Spider-Man, Helldivers is just pretty much the latest in this long line of exclusive games. So there's no need for PlayStation to consider bringing it to Xbox. The game is thriving. Sony's next generation gaming machine is lapping Xbox from a sales standpoint. Arrowhead Games is technically not PlayStation owned. The game was funded in development under the supervision of Sony, and Sony owns the IP. So these only on PlayStation experiences become part of the console's brand and part of what sells the console. So it did release day and date on PC, but PlayStation sees PC players as a different enough audience that it doesn't need to directly compete with it. On the other side, Xbox has been fumbling with its first-party output, and to bolster its exclusive lineup, Microsoft went on a streak of buying companies, but it didn't really matter because they ended up putting 5 exclusives on PlayStation this year anyway. So, you know, when we see that kind of happen, we understand what Microsoft is kind of doing things a little bit differently. But, you know, I see a lot of people look to this kind of post and they go, oh man, well, it looks like we could be seeing some stuff come to, you know, PlayStation or Xbox. Nope. Not gonna happen. Like I just hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you know, I think like Phil Spencer gets people in a tizzy. It used to happen to me too, right? I'm just being honest. It really just I can see that you know, that people really do kind of feel that way about this stuff. You know, they go like when Phil Spencer brings up the possibility of playing you know, games through a PC store on Xbox, right? That doesn't do anything for Microsoft. Like they're not going to do that. I mean, maybe he's hinting at like a Windows store on there if they get a handheld or something, but I honestly do not see them ever bringing, you know, Steam or anything like that to Xbox, because it makes no sense, right? The games are cheaper on PC. People could just circumvent the Xbox store, further cause a decrease in people buying games on Xbox. You could also kind of skirt the issue of paying to play games online on Xbox. You know, there's also, you can do hacks and cheats and download that kind of stuff on PC side. So yeah, like I don't see them doing that. It seems like it would be something that wouldn't work right. But at the end of the day, you know, I feel like people kind of take what Phil Spencer says and just think that it's like the greatest thing ever. But, you know, just because he's giving out games to PlayStation doesn't mean that the opposite is going to happen, because it wouldn't make sense for Sony to do that, being a company that is a hardware first company, trying to get as much hardware out there as possible. So, you know, we'll see what happens long term, though. But I still think that, you know, I feel bad for the Xbox fans that really buy into this. I don't know what Microsoft's plans are long term. Hopefully it's to, you know, do things that the fans actually want. But at the same time, I think we'll have to kind of wait and see what they actually have in terms of plans for Xbox fans. You know, I don't know what the future holds. I don't think anybody does, to be quite honest about it, but you know, we'll see. You know, I'm excited about the future. The potentiality is there, but I think, you know, we'll have to wait and see if that actually translates into anything specifically for fans. You know, maybe it does, but you know, at the same time, I'm not gonna hold my breath and think, oh, you know, maybe this will happen or that'll happen, like, because I don't really trust any company anymore these days. So I would advise you guys not to do that either, because it doesn't make sense to trust these companies that are, you know, worth so much money, to be quite frank about it. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I certainly appreciate it. Hope you guys all have a great day. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.